Hello and welcome to another Star Citizen podcast. I am your adorable host, BoredGamer. I can't even say adorable. I'm here with the adorable Zinnia. Say hello, adorable Zinnia.
Hello, adorable Zinnia.
Perfect. We are going to be talking about some promises that CIG have made with a big roadmap update coming next week. We've got the Blockade runner dynamic emission that was finally run on the Alpha 3.24 PTU. I'll talk a little bit about that, and Zin and I might try and get some footage of that after the podcast today because it's still running at time of recording, although it might be worth waiting a little bit on that because it's a little unstable. We've got a bit of a teaser of potentially a new ship, and well, it is a new ship, and we're going to be talking about what that might be. And then we've got a little bit on the fire that's coming for 4.0, jump points that are coming for 4.0, potentially some NPC ground vehicle stuff. And yeah, let's start. How are you doing, Zin? You all right?
Yeah, I'm all right. Hay fever's up a bit today, but otherwise I'm okay.
I got storm warnings in the UK. It said to the north and the south of the UK, storm warnings. You're sort of not perfectly south, and you're certainly not in the north. So apparently you're just warm and sunny. And here it's humid and loud. Yeah, it's quite warm still.
We've got a high of 32 today.
Oh well. What have I got? What's Leeds temperature? My high today is 26. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Very humid though. It's 81% humidity. Not ideal. Right. Normally, stuff that CIG says, I will not take as a promise. I'll take as development is always in a state of flux, its targets and all that sort of stuff. But CIG have for a while now, with their roadmap been saying that they're going to be updating it. There's like the progress tracker, which has been AFK for ages now. And one of the reasons I like Star Citizen is because they share so much sort of data on their development of the game and where they are with everything, and yet there might be targets that they miss or whatever, but they're constantly showing you development updates and we missed this or we hit that or we've suddenly got this feature in or this feature slipped. But I like to know that, and without the progress tracker and sort of saying what the individual teams at CIG are doing, it's not great. It's not the level of tracking that I would like with Star Citizen. And CIG has sort of been saying that they're going to be showing off what's coming beyond 4.0 and by the end of the year and a little bit beyond. They've been saying that they're going to be updating the roadmap for a while now. So, with that in mind, CIG in last week's roadmap went, there's no update today. However, we recognise that 3.4 has had a lengthier Evocati and PTU phase than normal so far. The team is fully focused on closing out this patch, and they're wrapping up their release intentions for the rest of the year. We've made solid progress in mapping this out, and you can look forward to an update, including new additions to the progress tracker in our next roadmap update, which would be next week on the 21st/22nd.
Yes, if they decide to release a roadmap update.
Oh, don't say that.
All they've said is next roadmap update.
Oh, you're the worst. Don't say that. They have a roadmap update every 2 weeks, and this roadmap update was just saying that was no roadmap update. So there's a roadmap update every 2 weeks. You can't pull that switcheroo around on me going, well, actually, there's no update this week, so we're technically correct. No. Don't
See, if they'd said their next scheduled roadmap update, then I'd agree with you.
You're just being pedantic, right?
To a degree, yeah.
Yeah, okay. That. Do you think they are actually going to release a update to the roadmap next week?
I mean, I'd hope so.
Yeah, okay. You are expecting a roadmap update next week, right? Or no?
I think it's about time, yeah.
You think it's about time? Okay. So, yeah, I would be very upset with CIG if they pulled the old switcheroo like that on us. And I do consider what they said here as close to a promise as they've said. Normally, I will consider most of the stuff they say as targets or might happen, might not happen. And yeah, Zin's right. It might not happen. Stuff's in flux all the time, even with these sort of things. They might go, oh, no, we were going to release it, but something's wrong or we need clarification on X or Y, which is basically what they said here. They said that they were going to publish it this week that's just gone, but they needed some clarification on a couple of things and wanted to check a couple of things before releasing it, the bigger update. The thing here is that I have been annoyed since they stopped updating the progress tracker,
because the progress tracker has not had any updates since the end of last year. Not the release view, the progress tracker specifically that tracks the CIG dev teams and what they're doing, because that's supposed to be pulled from their like internal Jira and says X team is working on this feature and is planned to be working on it for this amount of time. So it sort of shows what they're doing now, it shows what they've moved on to, doesn't necessarily show anything they're working on for a particular patch. We don't know where it's going to slot in, but we know that this team's been working on vehicle AI for 3 weeks. And it's just a useful tool to track their development and work and their plans. So hopefully that will be getting updated next week. We can see a load of features they're working on, and then will continue to be updated, which is the key. Do you think it's important for that to be continually updated, or not so much, as long as they're actually making tangible progress that you can touch as they release patches?
I think the progress tracker's good, and the fact that they had it and were using it, and it was useful, makes me wonder why. But weren't they going to update not update, but literally revamp the progress tracker?
Yes, and that might be the main reason that they have been holding off on these updates for the roadmap and progress tracker, is that they've got a new way of showing it. They're going to update this. They're drawing from new scheduling stuff. Something like that is possible.
But I think that 8 months down the line and they've not been able to do this, they should just go, well, we'll work on it in the background and maybe we should just carry on with what we've got.
Yeah, exactly that.
It's 8 months in, basically, and we've had nothing. And they're obviously working on things. It's not like they're sitting there twiddling their thumbs.
Yeah, but they're showing a lot of the stuff off in the sort of the roadmap release view. They're showing that off, going, look, there's stuff coming for 4.0.
Yeah, and we've had 3.23.
Yeah, 3.23. Obviously, that's shown off on the actual release view, and 4.24 was about to come out.
Yeah.
So I'm not 100% sure why they haven't been able to update this. A lot of people will be like, the roadmap tracker is useless anyway. Whether or not it gets updated, it's like CIG don't track this. For me, it's super useful. For me, it enables me to see the health of the project to a degree, actually track what CIG has said they've been working on versus what they actually are working on versus stuff that gets scheduled and stuff like that. And it's just a nice thing to have in addition to the monthly reports and the release view and Inside Star Citizen and all the other stuff. And I'm always going to want more and not less. So hopefully that we'll see a big update to the roadmap for next week. And then they'll be able to continue updating the progress tracker, because just a one-off update on the progress tracker is sort of pointless. Well, it's not pointless, but it's not ideal. Are you expecting a big update here, Sin, or do you think it actually could be pretty small and they're just like, well, we'll show you what's coming for 4.1 a little bit and give you a few of what the teams are working on, but not the downstream teams, just the upstream teams?
I'd like to see everything that they've worked on, past, present, and future.
Oh, what they've got planned for the future.
Yeah.
Rather than your mystic crystal ball. Gotcha. Okay.
I mean, I want everything that is missing and everything that is going to come.
I think one of the things that excites me is that CIG have been talking about a 1.0 commercial release, and that is the next major thing after 4.0. That's the next huge milestone after like server meshing 4.0. Obviously, there's going to be 4.1 and all that sort of stuff as well. So it's not just 4.0 then 1.0. I think that they could start to be laying out plans towards that. But anyway, let's hope that is more sort of like, I think we're getting that next week. Zin thinks that there could be a technicality. Oh my god, I hope you're wrong. You are expecting it next week though, yeah?
I mean, it would be nice.
Oh, I hate you. Okay, Alpha 3.24. This was a potential of going to a Wave 2 over the weekend, and I do not believe it has gone to Wave 2. Zin and I did have a quick double check. It still appears to be Wave 1. They have been fixing loads of the problems with 3.24, but there's just tons of stuff going on with kiosks and delay and desync and not spawning stuff. Lots of stuff to do with the new cargo stuff and freight elevators and way of spawning and your persistent hangars, causing lots of issues. Fixing loads of that, but there's still more. They ran the Blockade runner mission over the weekend, though. Now, you haven't seen this yet, have you?
Nope.
So we're going to try...
Other than what was on Inside Star Citizen.
Yeah, gotcha. So what they showed on Inside Star Citizen was probably the best viewing your get of it at the moment.
Yeah.
So I played it a little bit, and it was working fine for a bit, and then I realised you couldn't hand in any of the cargo. The NPCs sort of started to become a bit dum-dums and not stopped moving. The missions didn't spawn properly, so I think as the servers degraded, this mission degraded with it. So they had one of 4 of the main stations, the LEO stations, the low orbit stations, going, we need help. Pirates have stolen a load of our Zeta Prolonade. Go and get it back. You see lots of locations. You can go there. You fight some pirates. You disable or destroy their cargo ships. Take the Zeta Prolonade from those ships back to a station, which is heavily guarded by enemies. Sort of have to fight through, land, give them the Zeta Prolonade, and do that at a big scale with lots of people helping, because there's a huge amount of Zeta Prolonade that you need. Problems with this were queuing for hangars when lots of people are doing this. Well, there's only a certain amount of hangar. Those stations are getting really taxed when 70 players all are trying to do this at a single station, because the ATCs just go, no, queue, and then you have to wait for, that's them crying, and then you have to wait there and then wait for them to get out, and it's not allocating your hangars properly, and then when people have left there, it still doesn't allocate them properly, and when you're in there, cargo transferring can take ages or not happen at all. I think this is a desync, a bug for that, and a desync issue. So I wasn't able to fully complete one or be on a server where they fully completed it. There's also a mixture of just general server crashing and that not appearing to actually be recoverable, or at least when it was recovered, the mission was no longer running or restarted. So just some big problems actually trying to get through that. Is it a sort of mission that you're interested in at all, Zin? Because I really like it, because it allows you to kind of do a load of different roles. It is sort of escorting cargo ships, trying to bring the stuff in, trying to hunt down pirates, doing a bit of boarding, disabling ships. I really like that. But what's your sort of thoughts on it in theory?
I mean, yeah, it sounds good. I think I would definitely enjoy doing it a couple of times.
Okay. Do you think it'll get boring after a while? It's sort of like, it's...
I mean, yeah, if you do it constantly. I mean, obviously, for testing purposes, you are going to try and do it as much as possible. And it's not so much to do the mission, it's more to see what's wrong and what needs fixing.
Yeah. I think 100% agree. I think one of the reasons I kind of like the idea of it is because it's sort of taking some of the parts of Xenothreat, refining them, and putting them in a more actiony gameplay loop. So I do want to talk about some other bits that players had identified. Soft death of ships. They are far too weak after being soft death before they explode again. So you want to take the cargo off at one of the pirate ships that you've soft deathed. Well, you might accidentally blow it up before that fully, and you've gone on board and someone literally fires a couple of rounds at the ship, or it just clips it and it explodes.
Yeah.
That's quite an extreme example, but that does happen quite often. And also, if there's someone PvPing around that area, they just go, lol, shoot it a couple of times, and you've either lost the cargo there entirely, or you've lost some crew because they were on that ship. So I also think there's a PvP issue as well with, at a glance, you can't tell if someone is about to betray you. And I think that's just the problem with PvP at the moment, right? That someone could alpha strike you. I was evil all along, sort of thing, which I hate. I absolutely hate. It's the worst thing about PvP. You're not that interested in PvP.
No.
But you understand that it exists and it's important.
Yeah.
And I assume that was also your major issue with PvP, that it can just suddenly go, oh, someone that was appearing to be friendly with you can just attack you.
I mean, that was the problem we were having, probably one of the biggest problems we were having that wasn't bug-related with the Siege of Orison.
And Xenothreat sometimes, but yes, with Siege of Orison especially.
You'd literally you'd go through an area, you'd clear it out, you'd come across some, new players who were further ahead than you, and you sort of come up and you sort of take position next to them, and then they just shoot you in the back. Yeah.
And they were doing all the right things as well before then. They were crouching, they were jumping in front of me. That is the universal symbol for peace.
Yeah.
Then you get betrayed like that. And it just, at the moment, where you might be with a load of other players and everyone is showing as white on the HUD, they can just suddenly attack and damage you and destroy you without you being able to react quick enough. I suspect CIG will be able to solve that, and there's going to be a lot of systems in the future to solve that. Just it's a problem at the moment. I think it's worth sort of talking about. Interestingly, as well, Sin, there is what appears to be an illegal version of the mission, which it's very sort of I didn't even know about it. Someone else had to tell me about it. It's very sort of fuzzy and fluffy. It just goes, find some Zeta Polonade and go over here and sell it. It's not even in the priority section. It's just a sort of a cargo mission, I think. And it just, I don't think you even need a criminal rating to get it. It just goes, just go over here and sell this. So I suppose you can capture that from the pirates and then sell it. Or I think the problem is actually it encourages betrayal. It encourages you to work with other people to get a load of Zeta Polonade, then suddenly betray them and take it all and go off and sell it. So I'm not a fan of the I was evil all along sort of theme, but can't do anything about that. We're going to try Blockade Runner later today, potentially, but it might be too unstable still because it was not the most stable. Something I do want to ask your opinion on, Zin.
Yeah.
That little ship teaser. There you go. Do you think that's one of the ships that was shown at CitizenCon? So if you go and have a look at Ship 5...
How am I supposed to tell?
The
thing is, that looks like a tilt shift photo. It looks like a tiny little model. I don't know. Maybe.
Oh my god. Oh no, I know what you mean. I'm asking you to go. Soon, have a look at this tiny little section of a photo in a distance.
Okay, and compare it to this silhouette.
Yeah, is it a UFO? Sin? Do you think this is a UFO? Maybe. I mean, it's identified from my point of view. It does
look Crusader-y.
It looks Crusader-y, yes. Yeah. We can definitely agree on that. I think... Yes, don't laugh at me! Don't laugh at me, because I think that's the wingtips from that. I think that's that.
I don't think it is.
You don't think it is?
No. They don't look as large.
What do you mean they don't look as large?
In the silhouette, yeah. Those are like... That's like a person tall, yeah?
Zin. Get further away from the picture there and get closer towards the other one. Okay?
No. Right. Look at the silhouette of that ship.
Yeah.
And you see the little man standing in front of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, now pick him up and put him next to the wingtip.
Okay. Oh, I see what you mean. I actually see what you mean.
And then if you look at this picture, imagine a person that the proportions seem off.
I think it's the same ship.
It could be the same ship. It might be a different... It might not be a wingtip. It might be a different wingtip.
Now you've got me all confused and questioning myself. I think it looks Crusader-y.
I agree with you. We've
got an indication from John Crew, I believe from John Crew, I might have made that up, that there's a Crusader starter ship coming, and I think this could be it. I'm not sure if it's going to turn up in 3.24. It's much more likely to turn up during the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo, I suppose.
You see, I don't think that ship number 5, are we calling it?
I think it's ship number 5.
That looks very large for a starter ship. You compare it to things like the Aurora.
It's not a fighter size, is it?
And even like the 100i series.
It's like 60% of the way of being a Cutlass. Maybe. It's hard to tell, isn't it? Maybe it's got an interior.
Well, I mean, technically the 100i's have got interiors. They're just very small.
Does the 100i have an interior?
Yeah, very small. It's got like a bunk. They've got like a little gangway and a bunk.
For some reason in my head, I had them just as a fighter. No, it does, doesn't it? Because it's like a stripped down 300 series. Yeah. I don't know what this is. People in the comments, tell us what you think this is. Do you think it's a Crusader starter ship? Do you think it's ship 5 that was shown off at CitizenCon in the sort of 10 ships that they're going to be getting in our hands within the next year sort of thing is what they said. So some stuff for 4.0 those in. Jump points.
Mm-hmm.
So we talked about this a while ago. There was a Q&A, sort of delayed Q&A that was on Star Citizen Live. I'll probably do a whole video on this with a load of the updates because there's quite a lot they had in Star Citizen Live. But basically they said they've got ways to prevent jump points being capped, at least the normal ones, the stable ones, because they're going to have security at both sides for the most part, not all of them, but Stat and Pyro Stanton you will be able to get a crime stat at the Pyro Stanton jump gate. So on the Pyro side, just around that jump gate, that jump point, you will be able to get a crime stat still.
Okay, so essentially they've got a, one of those beacon things.
Beacon things?
I can't remember what they're called. But
relays.
Yeah, basically.
Com relay.
Yeah.
They've got a com relay there, but they've also got security there. They've got a UEE presence basically at both sides of that jump point.
Mm-hmm.
Interestingly, you can't use a jump point or one of those jump points at the very least, Pyro Standard Pyro, if you have a crime stat of 3 or more.
Okay.
You can't use the ATC to actually get into the jump point. So I think that's really interesting. Because,
so you'd have to find one of the transients, was it?
Yeah, so obviously I don't believe there's transient ones in 4.0.
Yet, yeah.
Yeah, but you wouldn't be able to use that jump point in 4.0 if you had a crime stat, which is great because that would keep players that want to do crimey things in Pyro, and you'll have to get rid of your crime stat in Stanton if you're going back to Pyro after you've done, some attacking or whatever. It'll be interesting because I really think that'll help divide the PvP, PvPvE, and PvE content in appropriate sort of areas. So yeah, that's the main thing. I wanted to talk about the jump points sort of updates. Like, I think they're going very much in the right direction for what I want for jump points. I don't want my gameplay to be disrupted by something that's unexpected, which I then can't do anything about.
Mm.
So that's why I hate the PvP that is just sort of like, surprise! As oh, okay, you've won. Well done. Is this my gameplay now? Will I come out of I've been doing the contested zones, there's just someone waiting for me at the exit. Brum, they shoot me as I come through a door. It's like, okay, well, great. That's all that gameplay is now. I'll do the same, and it's just sort of lame. So I don't want that stuff. And I hope that CIG can address that. It sounds like they are for jump points. I don't want them to be blockaded. I might want them to be blockaded in certain areas and certain systems, as long as I'm aware that can happen in those systems. Fire, also coming for 4.0. This was shown off in loads of detail last week. Did you like the look of it? Zin, it can only start on inside ships at the moment.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah. Do you think it's going to have much effect on the way you play? Or
yeah, probably.
Good. That is the correct answer. Anyone that's got an interior of a ship, you need to be aware that your ship can catch fire from components malfunctioning, being destroyed, or types of damage, or someone chucking a burning object onto your ship.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I use a Cutlass Red most of the time, so...
It's got an interior.
It's got an interior, yeah.
And you don't want to repeatedly be respawning on the medical bed that's on fire.
Yeah.
That's not going to be ideal. But yeah, so there's obviously life support systems in 4.0 as well, and fire will burn oxygen. You might want to turn off your life support systems if you're trying to get rid of the oxygen to get rid of the fire, or open up your doors, or put it out with fire extinguishers. I really like the look of the fire extinguisher gameplay. That just looks fun and silly. And fire extinguishers are effectively freezing. You get them on the interiors of ships.
Yes, I get it. I get it. Like, you wouldn't buy a ship and not have those sorts of safety measures in place, would you? Maybe not on a Drake ship.
Well, exactly. Are there less fire extinguishers on Drake ships?
Yeah.
That sort of thing. Like, no frills. Can I buy a better fire extinguishers and place them around?
Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
I like the fact that the places where you take the fire extinguishers from, you can plug them back in there, and that refills that ammo as long as you've got your life support systems on.
Mm-hmm.
Thought that's really cool. And I like the way the fire looks, and I like the fact it spreads and damages components, and the adding proper damage control to engineering. Yeah, I think that's exciting. Planetside Pyro, I think they said this week on Inside Star Citizen. So looking forward to that.
Probably just going to be more locations and stuff.
Well, maybe. I know they've got the social experience of Pyro as one of the things they want to be showing off this season. So it might include that as well. But yeah, more gameplay area is more good. Something else that I talked about in an interview, a summary of an interview with a AI dev that's working on Star Citizen, is they've talked about making prototypes for NPC ground vehicles and getting those into the game. Are you excited by, I suppose, bosses, by ground vehicles, by new types of NPCs using ships and vehicles and stuff that they haven't previously done, or are you happy with what's in the game at the moment? What's your sort of view on this?
I just want the AI to work well and not be bullshit. Like, oh, the AI's seen me and I'm dead.
Or just not work at all. They're two modes.
Yeah.
They're either cheating or they've never played before.
Yeah. I don't want you to give them more tools in which to instantly kill me with.
No, okay, that's fair.
I
really
want
excited.
the AI to work.
Yeah, 100% you are correct. Like, a lot of this is like, yeah, let's expand what the AI can do. Let's make some cooler bosses. Let's give them ground vehicles that they can use so they can we can make more interesting missions. Yeah, great. The AI need to work as well. That's probably quite key up there. Because at the moment it's erratic. We know this is largely to do with server problems, and server meshing potentially might just straight up fix this with a load of other networking stuff that's coming at the same time. But let's make that a priority, maybe. Something else, the phase 2 of the ship showdown starts on the 15th. I think the last day of the current phase, the sort of make some noise about your favourite ships phase, ends tomorrow on the 13th. Then we'll find out the top 16 ships that have been picked for the showdown, and we'll be getting a free fly at some point soon. I think that might start on the 15th as well, actually. We're getting a free fly. We'll be getting those 1v1, those vote battles, and that will happen every day from the 15th onwards. And I'm excited to see the Mercury Star Runner win. The Mercury Star Runner win.
It deserves a win, doesn't it?
It deserves a win. Yes, Sin, it does. And do you know what? I think the Cutlass Red deserves to come top 3. There you are.
Thanks.
No worries, mate. So yeah, I'm a massive fan of the Carrack and the Corsair, and my favourite ship is the Mercury Star Runner. Sin is a big fan of the Cutlass Red. Have you got any other ships that you really like?
I do like the Mercury Star Runner.
Good choice.
Like, because it's kind of one of the reasons why I like the Cutlass as well. Is it can be run solo, but it also can have multiple people in it.
Yeah, it's small enough to technically be run solo without you going, oh god, this is impossible. Although with fire and engineering, it is a lot different.
But I do like the Ares Inferno.
Oh, okay, yeah. The Ares Iron and Inferno, I
if I need to just deal damage, yeah, that's great.
Yeah, and it's got a big chain gun. The Inferno's cool, for sure. I mean, I love the Ion on paper. I want to see where that ship goes, because obviously they changed it a bit, and people don't like the changes they made to the Ion. There's a lot of drama about that ship, but they seem to be pushing it towards the right direction again. We'll see where it is after some master modes tweaks and some balance and stuff like that that's coming after 4.0. After 4.0, I'll judge that ship. But tell us your favourite ship, or what ship you would like to win in the comments below. It is only flyable ships that are eligible. And hopefully we'll have 3.24 live by the end of the month. Maybe, ? It's not wave 2 yet, so bear that in mind. And do you think there's going to be a big roadmap update next week, or a small one, or a medium one? Or do you think that they might do a switcheroo and go, there's no roadmap update this time, so technically it's fine, because next time we do a roadmap update, we'll give you a big update. That would annoy me. And do you think that teaser that we showed is a Crusader starter ship and is ship 5 that they showed at CitizenCon, or not? Comments below. Say goodbye, Zin.
Goodbye, Zin.
Thanks very much for watching, guys. Very much appreciated. If you've got any suggestions that you like, content and stuff that you want us to check out for 3.24, 4.0, orgs you want us to check out, anything, check out in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. You stand at the pearly gates. The winged being there weighs your sins against the weight of a feather. You are found wanting. Not a problem for nordvpn.com/BoredGamer though. Just change your location. Boom! You're in. Bypass your sin. Get nordvpn.com/BoredGamer. Probably not a tagline that Nord wants, bypass your sin, but that's what they're getting. Maybe they want one about its added security, privacy, or accessibility. Pah, everyone knows that. You get that at a touch of a button. Click these links below to get great deals on that VPN service. Every month we give away a ship, and this month of August is all about your favourite ships, because it's the ship showdown. My favourite ship is the Mercury Star Runner, and I don't want to give one of those away, but I will. It's a fantastic little multi-role, multi-crew ship. It's got a bit of cargo space, it's got room for a little vehicle, it's got a good amount of firepower, perfect little mission runner. In the future it's going to have data running, it's good for smuggling, it's got lots of secret little hidey holes. I absolutely love this ship. All you need to do to be in for a chance of winning that is comment on any of my videos made during August. Also, I would love to know what your favourite ship is. If you would like to further support the channel, consider just commenting or liking, subscribing. That all helps. But also there's the join button under my videos. That goes a huge way to allow us to make daily content on Star Citizen. There's also Patreon, sharing the videos, direct donations. There's links to all of that down below. Thank you so much for watching to the end. You take care and have a great day.